So this is the surprising part, is that sex causes men to lower their morals, lower their values, and break their own rules, right? In studies, when men's sexual attraction is activated through the viewing of sexy photos, they report being more likely to lie, cheat, or steal, and less likely to return money they had not earned. In other words, men get more into a survival mode. I don't know why, right? It's kind of interesting. In fact, now as you watch this video, train yourself in present moment awareness by simply noticing your breath as you're listening to me. Notice when I speak and notice when there is silence in between my words. But always be aware of your breath as you're watching this. All right? I'm going to be reminding you, don't fail, or else I'm closing the channel. You see, 95% of gay men have been with 15 or more partners in a year, compared to 15% of female lesbian, right? This shows you that for men, sex is more of an activity, a pleasurable physical activity, like a sport, right? Where you could play, as long as somebody's in the area, you could say, hey, hop in, no pun intended. We need one more person to play 3-on-3. Where for women, it's a for women, sex is something that, it's a ritual, that something that you don't do with everyone. This person has to have meaning for you, right? Almost like asking your friend to move, right? You don't ask anybody to move. You ask only people who you know to move. The same thing with sex, with women. Men, though, they'll ask anybody, yo, can you help me move? Can you help me move? Can you help me move? You see what I'm saying? It's not as selective. And women find that from their value system, they resent that, because it's kind of like, yo, like, you're fucking everything up. Like, I can't trust you. And you're right. You're totally right. I mean, in fact, we can't trust anybody. Anybody. Let's just be honest with you, right? So yeah, for men, sex is more fun. Same sex couples reveal humans' true nature, right? But I don't want you to resent that. I want you to understand that that's the source of your powers, actually. Men's uncontrollable desire for sex. It's pretty much your powers. It's what allowed Cleopatra to control Mark Antony. It's what allowed a lot of the most famous seductresses to have power from behind the scenes, right? So don't resent men's nature about sex. It's because it's what gives you control over them. It's what validates you. It's the part of you, it's a part of men that they can't resist. The part of men that when you say, oh, Tyrone, stop it. It's the part that he can't stop touching you. It's the part that compels them to make a move on you. It's the part that allows your seductiveness to actually have power over him. It's the part that intoxicates you. You can't have both without the other, right? I don't want you to resent nature. I want you to accept nature and learn to roll with the punches, right? So that's one thing, is that men see sex as a fun activity, and that you shouldn't resent that over them, because that's your power that you have over them. Men have physical prowess, you have sexuality, right? Because for men, sexual desire is like a desire for food, but sexual, like a sexual food per se, right? Same circuits as desire for drugs or food. You use the same circuits for the desire for another woman. Sex is a craving. Do you know you're craving for multiple different types of foods, right? So for women to understand a man's desire to have sex with multiple women, let's understand our basic desire for wanting different types of food, wanting to have spicy food today and seafood tomorrow, right? That's pretty much how men see it. They desire to consume and they have a palette of different taste, right? Dicks are not racist. That's what I like to say. They also want variety. In fact, dicks are woke, because dicks are inclusive, equal opportunity for everyone, right? Humans are not, right? Oh my God, I don't like that, but I kind of agree with you. All right, you're not canceled today. Speaking of which, we have 20% off my course, The Psychological Game of Attraction, and 20% off my course, Natural Chemistry, starting today. All right. So use the coupon code. I think the coupon code is you'll see it, but I think the coupon code is new, or the coupon code is Alex. I don't know which one it is, but you'll see it on the screen right here. Okay. So yeah. So yeah, sex is a craving, a desire to consume similar to food. And the way to see men's desire for multiple sex partners without resentment is to see your desire for multiple food. Can you understand why it is you want seafood today and Mediterranean tomorrow, right? It's a craving. It's the same thing with men. And unfortunately, just because you want seafood tomorrow doesn't mean the Indian food that you had today. It doesn't mean that you don't like the Indian food. It doesn't mean that you're disrespecting the Indian food, but that you just have a variety of different tastes. Now, people, look, I'm just explaining how men think. I'm not justifying it. I'm explaining it. People are like, I'm ready to unsubscribe. Say that shit again. I swear to God. Right? I'm just explaining male nature. Not all men think like this, but I'm explaining the physical drive. I'm trying for you to understand that physical drive through a metaphor that you could understand, right? It's your desire for multiple food. And you know that, imagine if your food got offended that you wanted another type of food. It's not that I don't like you, but I just want to try this type of food. That's how guys see it. You get what I'm saying? Because you see it, and it's to such a point that 69% of men have been to prostitutes, which means 85% of men, 85% of men have been to prostitutes. And 15%, which means 20% go consistently. In fact, the main reason why men go to prostitutes is to get oral sex, people. That's right. It's usually to get the sex that they're not getting at home. Yeah. So yeah, that's one thing, right? So, and you don't see women going to prostitutes, right? Because women have sex and can have sex at any moment they want, right? And I felt that, where I can have sex at any moment I want. My dick is completely drained, and I see women, they don't affect me as much because I'm like, man, I just had crazy shit, man. I don't want to have sex no more, right? And that's how women see it. Guys don't understand it because most guys never have enough sex to fully be satisfied and say, okay, I don't want no more. I've done everything. Where women could, if a woman could fulfill her craziest fantasies, she could do it. Most men don't have that opportunity, right? And so that's why guys are just naturally more desperate, because they just barely get some. So this is the surprising part, is that sex causes men to lower their morals, lower their values, and break their own rules, right? In studies, when men's sexual attraction is activated through the viewing of sexy photos, they report being more likely to lie, cheat, or steal, and less likely to return money they had not earned. In other words, men get more into a survival mode. I don't know why, right? It's kind of interesting. In fact, most likely it's because they're trying to guard what they have, right? They get more aggressive. And that aggression, I imagine, helps when you have a woman, right? Because if you're a guy and men are trying to take your woman and you're acting like a little bitch, that woman's going to be in danger just simply by being with you, and her bad choice of picking you, right? So yeah, so studies show that they lie, cheat, they cheat more. All the research shows that men are more attracted to and more likely to pursue women who are more vulnerable to sexual exploitation because of their youth, immaturity, or intoxication, right? And it's almost like they turn predatory, right? And that's insane. And this is why sometimes guys betray their friends for women. This is why men sometimes lie to their women, because for some reason, testosterone, the sexuality, the desire for sex, there's something in that just morally decays men, at least temporarily, from what the studies show. And women are like, oh yeah, exactly. They're corrupted. They're horrible. We must cancel them all, right? I'm not saying that's how most men are, but yeah, generally. So yeah, men see so other research shows that men are attracted. Oh yeah, so when and this explains a lot why men are attracted to vulnerable women. That's why men are attracted to women who need help. Men are attracted to are also a little bit turned off when a woman doesn't need them. It pushes them men away, but a man, there's something about vulnerable women that men just find it attractive, right? It's almost like the ripeness in a fruit, where if it's nice and red, it looks ripe, right? Because evolutionarily speaking, the ripe fruits were the ones that were tasty and that provided nutritional value. The only reason why why we have some wired attraction to certain things is because it was rewarded in the past. So most likely, picking a woman who is vulnerable allowed the man to provide something that she needed, protection, in the exchange that she has her kid. So most likely, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's just most women were vulnerable because we needed each other actually. When you were hunter gatherers, me as a man needed a woman. I couldn't bear a kid by myself because I needed a hunt. I need a woman. And a woman couldn't bear her. There was no such thing as a single woman, as a single dad or a single mom back then. It just wasn't, right? So we all needed each other. So a man who's strong wasn't just a man who was independent. No. If he wanted a kid, being strong wasn't enough. He needed a woman, right? It's just the same thing, right? We all need each other. A man needs a woman, and the next thing that a woman needs a man, but the next most important person in a woman's life is her mom. Studies show that because the mom provides care for the child when the mom can't take care of her because of work or something like that. So yeah, that's one thing, right? The next thing is that men see sex as an addictive activity compared to women. Men are more addicted to the activity of sex than women are. Studies show that, and they get more of a dopamine release when they have sex than women do, right? Because for men, it's just more than sex. Sex is an opaque screen that clouds humanity until they get what they want and interact with you. In other words, it's similar to when you have, you know how people say never shop when you're hungry, right? It's a very similar thing. That when men tell men, if you like the girl, jack off, all right? Unload your bullets and then think of her. How do you still like her, or does the desire go away, right? And that's actually very true. When a man has his dick full of the life, right? He can't see you for what you are. And man doesn't know if he really likes you because he can't tell the difference if he's feeling lust or love. It's really hard to tell. It truly is. I mean, it's unbelievably difficult to tell, right? It'll fool you into thinking that you actually love the woman when in reality you don't. And it seems like a conscious act from a woman's point of view, right? Because that's all they see. They can only see what they see. You can only judge them by their actions, and it appears like actions of sex leads them to get turned off. But you're looking at it from a place where you're expecting guys to just want to use you, because a lot of the times it's just that they realize they don't like you. It's like when you order food and you order a crazy amount of food, and then you realize you ordered too much. You're like, yo, I was too hungry and I ordered too much. Or when you shop hungry, right? You can't do that because you'll buy too much. It's the same thing, right? You ladies can relate to that analogy, where man doesn't know if he likes you. So it's kind of like you gotta say, so what do you gotta? So what are you saying? Are you saying that you gotta have sex with him and that it's something that benefits you? Like, so, well, of course you would say that. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you that a guy will not know if he really likes you unless he has sex, right? And the situation that women find themselves in, are you noticing your breath? Pay attention to the breath, all right? Is that they end up waiting a long time to have sex with a guy, which is fine. My problem is that they end up falling in love with the guy, and then they have sex with him thinking that the guy actually likes them. They have sex, and all of a sudden the guy realizes he doesn't like you. And then you're in love. You did it with him. That's why you did it. He can't find out if he hasn't gotten it off. And you might say, oh, well, why can't he just, load one off before he meets me? Because he hopes that this is the moment, right? So he's not going to go to you with no bullets in the chamber, because every time he sees you, he's hoping today's the day. But I can promise you that if he's with you, all of a sudden he goes to the bathroom, lets one off, and comes back, you might see a different person. And I don't blame them. I don't blame you for withholding it, and I don't blame him, because we're a victim to our biology. I don't know if I like a woman unless I jack off and think about her or have sex, and now I realize it. So it's almost like, who's going to compromise here? I don't know. I'm just explaining how male nature is. So it's kind of like it's very hard for men to see you for what you are if he's looking at you and being distracted by sexuality. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 8, 19, and one is 14, 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're going to be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one would teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women of power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship. And this, a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you can read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so most likely I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you can pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. I'm closing the channel.